Hi, Raymond.
Hi.
How are you? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Victor, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi, Raymond.
Hi.
So thank you so much for joining. I want to, I think all of us, I see already Diana has joined. Diana is one of the awardees in our last year's top 35 under 35. So I would like just to take this opportunity to welcome you all to this session and also to say thank you for agreeing to be part of this initiative that seeks to identify and award young people who are doing exemplary work out there. We are also very grateful to Mr. Roy and Mr. Raymond for the continued support from government toward youth agenda and for working with us closely to ensure that last year's initiative is successful and also for agreeing to be part of this year's top 35 under 35. I also want to appreciate Florence from SDG Forum. This is the first time we are working together on this initiative, but I know we've been working together in other initiatives, but it's the first time we are engaging on top 35. Also to appreciate Wendy and Dana for agreeing to be part of this and to share the experiences from last year's top 35 under 35. So briefly, I want to dive into the program. First, to briefly share about youth agenda in top 35 under 35, what it entails. And then we'll give a chance to Dana and Wendy just to briefly share the experiences at the same time, how the program has impacted their life and their work. At the same time, I'll also give an opportunity to Florence, SDG From, to also share briefly about SDG Forum and how top 35 under 35 contributes to their work. After that, I'll give an opportunity to Mr. Roy Sasaka, CEO, National Youth Council, also to give his remarks. And then he will invite Mr. Raymond from the State Department for Youth. So in short, those are our guests. We have Ms. Florence from SDG Forum. We have Mr. Roy Sasaka from National Youth Council. And we also have Mr. Raymond Ocheng from the State Department for Youth. Also, not forgetting Diana Waidanji and Wendy Omanga, who are the awardees in our last year's top 35 under 35. So briefly about youth agenda, of course, we are a national youth serving organization that has been in existence for the past 24 years. We work with young people in various sectors. Our first pillar is majorly focuses on politics, leadership, and governance, where we are keen on young people engagement in political processes at the national level and even at the county level. We are also looking at the electoral processes and how young people play a role, not only as administrators, but also as candidates, as observers, and also their engagement in policy formulations, also at the national level and even at the county level. Our second pillar, economic pillar, which looks at economic empowering of young people by trying to change the mindset of young people from that perception of relying on white collar jobs where they expect to work from 8 to 5 to a mindset that also takes advantage of the existing opportunities, technology, and other opportunities that the government has put in place to ensure that young people are economically empowered. For example, we have various initiatives being run by the State Department for Youth. We have various initiatives being run by the National Youth Council that aim to support young people in this country. Our third pillar is on gender, peace, and security, where we are keen on changing the narrative in this country that young people are the perpetrators of crime to a narrative of young people being agents of peace, at the same time working closely with the government in addressing insecurity and crime in this country. We have an underlying pillar that focuses on knowledge generation, research, just to paint the real picture of young people in this country, to inform internal planning, at the same time to inform our partners planning, and also our engagement with the government and even the development partners in addressing the needs of young people in this country. You all understand needs of young people keep on changing, and again, youth is not a homogeneous group. We have different categories of young people that have different needs and different challenges they are facing. So in our planning, in our programming as an institution, and even our partners, we try to encourage them to ensure that whatever they come up with is youth responsive and it addresses the needs of young people in the various category. So last year, Youth Agenda launched the Top 35 Under 35 program. This program seeks to identify and recognize young people who are doing exemplary work in the various sectors. So it's a program that we are going to discuss today. I'm going to briefly share about it. But now at this point, I just want to let my guests introduce themselves. And then after that, now I'll briefly share about Top 35 Under 35, what it entails, its objectives, and the next plan for Youth Agenda in collaboration with our partners, SDG Forum and the government. So at this point, I want just to give opportunity to Diana Waitanji and Wendy just to say hi.
Good afternoon. My name is Diana Waitanji. I'm a cybersecurity engineer. I'm very passionate about data security. And I also run an initiative called Wahandisi La Femme that mentors girls in rural Kenya into engineering and technology. And I'm a current AfricaCom fellow, and I'm dialing in from Bonn, Germany. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diana. Wendy?
Hi, everyone. My name is Miss Wendy Omanga. I'm the founder and CEO of Moonlight Initiative, which is a youth-led sustainability and circular economy consultancy in Kenya. And we've specialized in bamboo consultancy. When you see hashtag bamboo ambassador, that's me. So I'm very passionate about environment and bamboo value addition. And I'm very grateful to Top 35 Under 35. So I think I'll leave it at there for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wendy. I also want to take this opportunity to invite Florence to introduce herself.
Thank you, Victor, and all the colleagues. It's a great pleasure to be with you all. My name is Florence Evo. I'll be introducing the forum later on. I'm the country coordinator of the SDG Forum, and I'm really glad to be part of Top 35 Under 35. Looking forward to fruitful conversations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Roy. Please.
Thank you so much, Bwana CEO. My name is Roy Sasaka Telewa, and I'm the CEO for National Youth Council Kenya, a state agency under the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth. That is, work is just to harness the youth voice to inform policy, legislation, and above all, to advocate for the youth voice. So that is who I am, and I think Chair at this level is just introducing ourselves.
Thank you.
That is it, Chair?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So perhaps maybe I'll request you to introduce Mr. Ray, please, kindly.
Okay, then we'll, Bwana Secretary, karibu sana. Thank you for putting on the video. You're wondering what is happening. Karibu sana, Bwana Secretary.
I know you are harassing me in the background. I don't know how to tell these people that's what you're doing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, our host, Bwana CEO Victor Nyongesa, for bringing us on board, and also to appreciate the presence of CEO National Youth Council, the dynamite, Bwana Roy Sasaka, and also I've seen Florence, I've seen Diana and Wendy. Yeah, so CEO, our chair today, I'm Raymond Ochieng, I'm Secretary Youth Affairs, and it's a pleasure to be part of Watu wa Mkono, wa Top 35 under 35. And I want to promise you, I'll not get the award. So we are here to facilitate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I want to take this opportunity to briefly share about top 35 under 35. So kindly I request you allow me to share my screen. Sorry. So I hope it's visible on your end. So Top 35 Under 35 is a program that started last year, and it seeks to award youth excellence in various categories. We realized that as per the recent statistics, youth and young people make up the largest population of this country. And still, if you narrow down to the youth category specifically, my PowerPoint is hanging. Sorry. Okay. If you narrow down to the specific data about young people in this country, about 29% of the total population are youth. That's 18 to 34. That's according to the 2019 census report. And if you do it in numbers, that's equivalent to about 13.7 youth. And out of these, 7.1 are female, of course, 6.6 are male. And majority are living in rural setup, that is 59.7%, and 40.3% are living in urban setup. And looking at the current situation, and even last year with the COVID situation in the country, we've seen cases where young people have lost jobs. Some have received pay cuts, and still there are other challenges that young people have faced as a result of COVID-19. For many years, we've been talking about unemployment. Recently, we've started talking about mental health problems. We are talking about betting, low participation in political processes, all those challenges that are facing young people. But still, as Youth Agenda, through our engagement with young people out there, we realize that there are amazing work young people are still doing, despite the challenges we are facing. And still, there is no platform for these young people to showcase that to the rest of the country and even the world. Some have the knowledges, some have the skills in various sectors, and they are doing amazing work, but they lack that platform. And for many years, we've seen a situation where the youth sector, it has been to some extent meant for a few, because if you look at for the past years, it has only been a few young people on TV, in other platforms that exist. But this platform, this Top 35 Under 35 comes in to give opportunity to young people from the grassroots level, young people who are knowledgeable, young people with the skills, and who lack the platform to showcase that to the world. So the project comes in to bring these people into the limelight, at the same time link them to other existing opportunities out there. For example, this is an example that I like giving. If you look at the way our media operates, today, it's Victor on Citizen TV talking about youth and entrepreneurship. Tomorrow, it's Victor talking about youth in environment. After a week, again, it's Victor talking about youth and security. One would question, is Victor the only youth expert in this country? Yet there are other young people out there with the knowledge, with the skills, who are able to talk about such issues and even provide recommendation in addressing some of the challenges they are facing. But it's just that they do not have that platform. So Top 35 comes in to give these young people an opportunity. So we are looking at identifying and celebrating 35 young people across the country. in various sectors. At the same time, take them through mentorship and even ask them to mentor other young people from their home counties. So this program also gives an opportunity for engagement between young people with the political class, at the same time with the executives and other government agencies in addressing some of the challenges they are facing, and even in terms of creating platform for them to thrive. We are also keen on exposing these young people, their talents, their positive and their innovation and their creativeness through exhibitions and storytelling, with an aim of changing the mindset of other young people out there that it's not a must for you to be employed in an 8 to 5 white collar job for you to say you are employed. Still, there are other opportunities out there that you can tap in and be able to make yourself economically stable, at the same time be able to meet your needs. Also, of course, this program also looks at cushioning these young people from the impact of COVID-19 that from last year to date, and we are still in that situation as a country. So just those are some of the photos for last year's awards, awardees. And just to narrow down to the main program, the process, we will start by identifying these awardees by releasing a call for application, and that's what we are doing today. Call for application or nomination. So we expect to see young people out there submitting their applications through our online platforms, nominating each other, those whom they feel deserve to be awarded. And then next month, after that, we'll proceed to select a few who will be awarded during the International Youth Week. And then after that, we will take now the 35 individuals awarded during the International Youth Week through a 6-month mentorship. And this mentorship is informed by a need assessment done immediately after the award, just to understand the strengths, these weaknesses, and the areas of mentorship these young people need, and also to inform our curriculum development that will be used for the mentorship session. After the 6-month mentorship for these individuals, of course, within those 6 months, they will also undertake a community service in one of the counties that we'll agree on. And then after that, we will ask them now to identify other young people from their home county, 3 of them, who are interested in the kind of work they are doing, and mentor them. Pass that knowledge, the knowledge they had before joining Top 35 and the knowledge they've acquired through Top 35. Let them pass that knowledge to other young people out there who are interested in that kind of work. And through that replication, we'll have impacted a huge number of young people in this country. Remember, this is an annual program, so it's something that will happen, will have impact to young people on an annual basis. In terms of categories, we have quite a number of categories, but just to highlight a few, we have health service category, and that one we are targeting young people whose initiatives or their work is under that category, and they are doing exemplary work in that category, and they feel they deserve to be awarded, or you feel they deserve to be awarded under that category. We also have the technology or ICT category, manufacturing, environment, creative arts, agriculture, media, sports, transport, hospitality, education. We have a category on human rights that looks at inclusion. We also have a category on legal advocate, lifetime achievement, affordable housing, and other categories. We also have a category for young member of parliament and young member of county assembly under this year's awards. And for us, we are keen on how are their initiatives contributing to achievement of the SDGs of this country. How are their initiatives, again, contributing to achievement of the Big Four agenda of this country, and even the Vision 2030 of this country. So in terms of judging, we'll also be keen on that, and even the element of innovation and creativity in their work. So we are targeting both young people who are in self-employed, or informal employment. At the same time, even those ones who are just running their community sensitization, community-based organization at the grassroots level. So it's an open program platform that is targeting all youth as long as you are 18 years to 34 years old. So in terms of the execution, this month we are launching a call for application today. At the same time, we are in the process of identifying judges for the different categories. These judges are individuals with prior experience, individuals with the knowledge and skills, and they understand the program and they understand what we are looking for. At the same time, they understand the initiatives young people are running. So these judges will be identified this month. In June, we'll begin on shortlisting the applicants per category. Last year, we did 10 per category, but this round, we are going to narrow down to 5 per category. Just to mention, last year, we received over 2,000 applications, and we had to shortlist 10 per category. And remember, last year, we had 12 categories, so we had to shortlist 120. But this year, the number will go down, although we've increased the number of categories, but still we'll have to shortlist 5 per category. Also, just to for easy judging and other processes that will happen after that. Of course, in June, at the same time, we're also profiling judges out on our social media platform, just for young people to understand who are some of the judges they should expect if they make it to the vetting stage. Who are some of the judges they expect to find on the panel. In July, of course, now we will do the judging. It will again be online judging. We don't want a situation where we are putting young people in a situation where they have to travel from Mombasa, they have to travel from Garissa to Nairobi for the vetting process. So we want to take advantage of the technology and do the vetting virtually. Of course, there are some of the documents, some of the supporting documents we will expect from the young people. And if need be, we might be required to do visits just to record some of the initiatives they are running. Our plan is to unveil these individuals, the 35, in August through a cocktail dinner, where it will bring together representatives from government, development partners, civil society organization, private sector, and youth, just to celebrate these young people. At the same time, have candid conversation on some of the emerging issues that are affecting young people. Of course, the issue of inclusion, the issue of equality, and many more that we as a country are experiencing or having discussions on. So that platform will provide it will also provide a platform for these young people to interact with the development partners, to interact with the private sector institutions that will be around, and interact with the government ministries, various ministries that will be present. We have a post-award plan that will start in September. In September, we will do a need assessment of the 35 individuals. And at the same time, we'll be profiling them through our social media platform and even our documentary and Top 35, Under 35 magazine. In October, of course, we will do commence the mentorship that will be informed by the need assessment exercise that seeks to identify the strengths, the weaknesses, and the areas that these young people need mentorship on. In January, we'll support the 35 individuals to undertake a community service in one of the counties. And then in March, we will request them now to replicate what they've learned by identifying other 3 young people from their home county and mentor them for another 6 months. So in summary, we are looking at identifying 35 individuals, celebrate them, mentor them, and then ask them to identify other 3 that will make, in total, it will be about 140 young people per year engaged directly. And then those 140, of course, through indirect engagement, will mentor other and pass that knowledge to other young people. So it's an annual program that will have an annual impact to young people. And with time, we'll have a generation that is well informed, that has the knowledge, has the skills, and have the platforms to engage. So that's about the program. I want to now take this opportunity. I want to take this opportunity to just invite Diana Waidanji, who is an awardee of 2020 award, just to share her experience from in last year's award, and also some of the impacts or success stories from her end. After that, I think after her, it will be Wendy Omanga. Diana, please proceed.
Thank you, Victor, and thank you for the opportunity for me to speak about my experience. I was awarded in the tech category because of my work in gender equality, which I'm really passionate about, and encouraging more girls in technology and engineering, and mostly cybersecurity, where we have 4% globally, it's only women. Women occupy 4% of the tech roles, of the cybersecurity roles that exist. My experience has been great, and one benefit that you get, the immediate benefit you get from the program is networking with the team at Youth Agenda Kenya, networking with fellow awardees, which is very important because you come together, you collaborate. I've seen in the group as well, people come together. Even in my county, we were awarded 2 of us, and we have come together on how we can empower more youth and give these spaces to more of the youth. The other thing the award that has done to me, and most awardees will bear me witness, is visibility. As we are youth, getting our name out there, sometimes it's very problematic, but this is a good platform for you to be visible, talk about your work, and that's how you attract more networks to come and support your work. For example, if I'm working in the gender sector, in the tech and engineering space, then again, that's simple for me. The other thing that the award did to me was to challenge me to do more, because I also met other fellows, other awardees that are doing amazing. So I've been challenged, I've gotten ideas on how I can also scale my program and my initiative. And also there are more opportunities for engagement, because we got a lot of opportunities from Youth Agenda Kenya to attend mentorship sessions, to attend sessions to scale our knowledge, which is very important, because if you're like in business, if you're interested in business, you will know how to scale your business. And also when I was applying for future leaders from Africa, and that's why I'm here. It's a 1-year program. I mentioned Africa Compt. I mentioned top 35, under 35, and definitely when any interviewer or any hiring manager hears that you have been recognized in your country, definitely they know that you're bringing something to the table. So that has been my experience, and the journey does not end here. I would like to encourage all of you to nominate any youth, nominate yourself, and let's come together, let's support all this work. And many thanks to all our supporters and all our sponsors. Thank you, Victor, and the team at Youth Agenda Kenya. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Dana, for that. Wendy?
Hello, everyone. Sorry about the video because my network is something else, so I'll just speak. So my name is Miss Wendy Omanga. As I said earlier, I'm the founder and CEO of Moonlight Initiative. Moonlight Initiative is a youth-led sustainability and circular economy consultancy in Kenya, thanks to the yearly fellowship, which I did early last year. And I was awarded under the category of environment, conservation and advocacy because of the bamboo engagement which I've been doing for the past 3 years as a 5 team gave me one of the values which they did UNDP carbon capture engagement last year, especially for us in the bamboo industry who are interested in tapping into that economy and things like that. Apart from that, me to investment forums, mental health programs. There's so much in terms of networks which it has. It has exposed me to a month into being awarded Michael Bamboo documentary for 2020, which we are yet to launch. So for those who are interested in seeing the videos, they show you guys as a privilege. And some of the partnerships and engagements which I've had engagements with the Kenya Forest Research Institute, which is a very good friend to Moonlight Initiative. Also on board, we have International Bamboo and Rattan Organization, which is facilitating our training activities and engagements, planting bamboos along the rivers and on wetland areas. They're the ones who are supporting us in that. And our recent partnership with Kenya Water Towers Agency, which is very monumental to Moonlight Initiative as a young consultancy in Kenya in commercial forestry. And apart from that, we're also getting clients like Havila Resorts, like resorts which care about environment are reaching out. And this is all due to the award and the recognition which it brings with it. So I can say that so far so good. Through the recognition and the partners and the friends which we have made as Moonlight Initiative, we are able to conduct trainings on bamboo propagation, nursery management, bamboo shoots preparation. Sisi ndio wale yenye tunapika bamboo, tunakula. So we are teaching people how to harvest, how to prepare, and how to put them on their table from farm to table. So it's very interesting and an innovative niche which I have right here. So apart from that, so far so good. There are challenges here and there, but I can say that the award has opened a lot of doors, literally, because it's anywhere I'm going, be it government institution, be it a private entity, and I'm wearing my sash as Youth of the Year, it gives me a certain level of respect, which I did not have prior to, despite having indicators. But I can say that it has paved a way for my journey to be even greater, and to be able to tap into more networks and to preach the bamboo gospel, which I've been preaching on environment. So I know I can talk about bamboo the whole day, but I think I'll leave it at there. And I hope to meet personally with each and every one of you, since for our cohort, we never got the opportunity to meet or to even have a cocktail due to the COVID situation. So I'm really looking forward to the next cohort and to meeting each and every person who we were not able to meet. So thank you so much, Victor. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Wendy, for those remarks and just for sharing your experiences. I see Diana has already dropped, but I think she had already shared her experience from the program. So those are just two. We have other 33 young people whom were awarded in various categories, who have also seen this program impact their life on their work and even on their institutions that they are running. So in the interest of time, we could not give them all of them an opportunity to share some of the experiences.
Is it me who is offline?
No, I think there seems to be an
yes,
network
Secretary,
issue.
you are the only one who is offline. You may want to check your internet.
I think from the look of things, we lost the chair.
Hello, I'm back. Sorry, my internet is missing me. So I wanted to invite Madam Florence, just to start with you, to briefly tell us what's your organization doing for young people, and how does top 35, under 35 contribute to your goals or to your objectives, and also seek your support in terms of ensuring this program is successful. So the mic is open. Please proceed.
Thank you, Victor. I want maybe first to allow my colleague to introduce herself. It will be unfair if I don't do this at this point, and then I could take it from there. Thank you. So Winnie.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Winnie. I seem to have missed the introduction part of this meeting. I'm so sorry about that. I am the Membership Liaison Officer of the SDGs Kenya Forum. I'm very interested in this particular initiative because I believe this particular initiative will fuel the need for many youth in our country to come on board in one way or another through their innovative skills to advance the implementation of the SDGs. So I deem this conversation and this particular initiative very strategic. I'm very privileged and honored to be part of this process. I'm looking forward to working with everyone, each and every one of you throughout this entire journey. Thank you so much. Flo, you can proceed.
Thank you, Winnie. And so good afternoon again, colleagues. And so I'll, as CEO Youth Agenda Victor mentioned, I'll just go straight into the asked contributions. And so for us, we are the SDG Kenya Forum, which is a coalition of civil society organizations that are working and championing SDGs in Kenya. And so we have a mix of organizations within the forum, which is very, very exciting, from community-based organizations, self-help groups, to national organizations like Youth Agenda and many others, to international organizations that are also based here and working or operating in Kenya. And so I'll start off by saying that the SDG Forum recognizes that young people who comprise the majority of our population are important stakeholders in implementation and realization of the Sustainable Development Goals. For this reason, the forum has designed programs that aim at developing knowledge through skills, interactive activities, sessions, and we do this in collaboration with our partners. For example, for the youth programs, we work very, very closely with Youth Agenda, Champions for SDGs, Organization of African Youth, and many more organizations that have the youth agenda or the youth components at heart. And so for us, apart from that, we have three mandates, three core mandates as the SDG Forum. And the first mandate is coordination. We are a coordination platform. We bring together civil society organizations, as explained, and for us, we are a knowledge hub whereby members can get information about what goes on in terms of implementation of SDGs, how to synergize, how to come together, and what is needed from implementation to monitoring and to the reporting. In the coordination platform, we also are the conveners of the voluntary national reviews, civil society contributions. This is the angle of the SDG reporting. Unlike the Millennium Development Goals, SDGs, we are now very keen about telling our stories and reporting what is going on, what are the milestones that have been achieved, and for us as a collective, how then do we improve is fostering across sectors. This means that we're not only working with the civil society organizations that we are coordinating as a secretariat, but also we are working with national government, for example, county governments and other different arms of the national government. We're also working with private sector, media, academia. This is the multi-stakeholder approach on SDGs, whereby we believe that SDGs can only be achieved from a multi-stakeholder approach. And that's why it's important for us as different stakeholders to ensure that no one is left behind. And today, this is very relevant with our meeting because we are talking about the youth factor in achieving a sustainable development goals, ensuring that young people can be supported, young people have the flow, have the opportunities, can access different opportunities, and also they are able to be empowered or given skills that are relevant for them to advance. The last component of our key mandate is citizen-owned development processes. we strongly believe that for SDGs to be achieved in Kenya and in all parts of the world, that we need to have a citizen-owned angle to it, whereby our own citizens, our young people, women, persons with disability, all these important groups that many times are left behind or marginalized can be at the forefront of things like participation, public participation, processes like development processes like the MTPs, the annual development plans at county level, and so forth. How do we ensure that these agendas are owned and driven from a citizen's perspective? How do we hear the youth voices? How do we revert with what needs to be done? How do we channel out policies and things that are gaps within implementation processes? Moving on to why, just to bring to perspective the importance of top 35 under 35 awards. For us, the top 35 under 35 awards, spearheaded by Youth Agenda, is an avenue that recognizes and motivates youth leaders that are consistently addressing with a recognizable effort some of the targets of the SDGs, which is very important. I'll mention a few goals that for us as the Secretariat, we believe and feel strongly that are very well aligned to this particular initiative. And the first one is SDG 8, which aims to promote sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all, something that young people, everywhere, or the youth are really speaking about or are very concerned about issues of decent work, access to employment, but also access to opportunities to advance their livelihoods. Also on SDG 9, which highlights the importance of nurturing the innovativeness and creativity that young people bear. As a country, I believe that many times we've failed the young population or the young generation, where we've not provided adequate opportunities to ensure that innovation can be continuous. We can have platforms where young people who are innovative can find a way to channel out these very creative components that are required for our development, that are required for us to meet some of the critical gaps within our development system. And I believe this particular top 35 under 35 awards is a good opportunity for us to really identify some of these innovative ideas or opportunities that young people can engage in, and the young people who are already engaging in activities and are looking for a platform. The other goal is on SDG 17, which underlines strong partnerships for sustainable development. For us, as I said before, partnerships is everything. How then do young people realize or actualize partnerships with different stakeholders? How do young people understand how private sector works? How do young people understand how government is structured and how to make or get into some of these processes that are important for young people? How do young people continuously develop strong and continuous relationships? And then also on SDG 10, which addresses inequalities based on age and other metrics of SDGs. And so how then do we ensure that all the inequalities, for example, that are faced, be it gender inequalities, be it issues of age and pay and so forth, how do we do this as a country? I think these are pretty critical conversations within top 35 under 35 awards. As I come to a conclusion, I believe that all the goals are essential for us. All the SDGs are essential. So I was not able to mention SDG 1 on poverty, SDG 2 on issues of anger, on issues of education and so forth, health and so forth. But we say that all the goals are essential, they're interdependent, and therefore realization of one goal leads to progress towards realization of one another and so on, of all the other goals. So I think the narrative here is for us to achieve the SDGs, we have to understand that all the SDGs are related, and we have to understand that some, of course, propel others, and some are a catalyst for us to achieve others. And we need to continuously ensure that different populations, like young people, understand what are some of the critical goals, what do they say about their lives, how do they push for policy, how do they push for opportunities, how do they push for platforms or active engagements and realizations. And so in conclusion, I think from me and from the Secretariat, for us, we are glad to be part of this initiative. And to this end, I strongly encourage all young people across the country to take part in these nominations that kick off today. to recognize themselves and their peers who inspire them to create positive change in their communities. I believe strongly that we'll have wonderful stories, we'll have wonderful opportunities to reevaluate what young people are doing out here, and this will change the course of history in this country. Thank you very much. Victor, over to you.
Thank you so much, Florence, for that wonderful remarks and brief presentation about SDG Kenya. At this time now, I also want to take this opportunity to invite Mr. Roy from National Youth Council to briefly give his remarks, at the same time share experience as a judge of 2020 awards. And then I'll also request you to again proceed to introduce Mr. Raymond once you're done with your presentation, kindly.
Thank you so much, CEO. I hope you can hear me clearly. Can you just confirm on behalf of the team that you can hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Thank you so much. First of all, even before I introduce myself, I just want to say congratulations. I can see Wendy has confirmed. I can say congratulations, CEO, for taking up the mantle. I can assure you that the leadership burden comes with a lot of responsibilities, and we are happy for you. We are here to support you. And we are here also to compare notes, see how we can support each other, especially in the youth space. So members, allow me to introduce myself again. My name is Roy Sasaka-Telewa. For those of us who joined late, I was listening into the presentations that was being made by Wendy and Florence, and I am happy to see the progress we've made as a country, and especially as the youth of this country. So quickly, allow me to say something about National Youth Council, and then, of course, share my experiences of the last year's top 35 under 35, and also my expectations of these years, and invite the chief guest, who is secretary, to make his remarks. You know, when you are speaking before the chief guest, you don't speak so much. You make sure you make very brief, high-level remarks. So yes, National Youth Council is a state agency under the Ministry of ICT, and as I said earlier, ours is to champion the youth voice and to see that the youth are represented, are included, and that that youth voice that has been harnessed actually informs policies, legislations, and above all, co-creates programs for the young people. Yes, we've had a very successful journey in terms of growth as National Youth Council. And I can say for a fact, for sure, that the growth of National Youth Council is in line with actually anchoring the youth at the center of all the spheres that exist in terms of our country. Allow me also to just to appreciate and enjoy the success that we experienced just this week and just last week in terms of our Cabinet Secretary gazetting the Youth Advisory Board, which is also a board that is also going to make young people at the decision table, making decisions on behalf of young people and informing policy as a country. That is a key milestone that we can talk of in terms of youth participation and inclusivity. And this is also just to champion the agenda of the ministry and the CS, that soon, in the next 2 or 3 months, we'll be having the National Youth Council elections. And I'm excited as a youth of this country because those will be game-changing achievements. And I am saying this in this platform because I know that Youth Agenda is among the pioneer organizations that actually champion for the establishment of the National Youth Council. So when we are happy about this success, we are happy for the actually achievement that Youth Agenda, amongst other like-minded youth-serving organizations, champion for to push youth at the center of decision-making. Yes, so that is where we are as National Youth Council. We're excited. Yes, of course, we face challenges down every day. Even the secretary, when he was making a remark, he introduced me as a dynamite. And I think that alludes to the kind of space that we are in. And what gives us comfort is that whatever good that you do, they normally say that a tree that bears fruit is the one that is hit by a stone. And that is a comfort to us that then we are doing something meaningful that is to be celebrated by all of us as young people. Now, why am I excited to be part of this top 35, under 35? Why am I excited to actually spent time to listen to Florence articulate very clearly in terms of SDGs and why we need to champion them. As a young person of this country, I want to say this is a very noble initiative. And I just want again to take this time to applaud Youth Agenda for this innovative program, I may call it, because it's a program that allows us as the stakeholders in the youth space to actually take stock on the success stories, the success initiatives undertaken by the young people and appreciate them. Saying that as stakeholders in the youth space, we just want to champion you. We want to give you kudos. The way Wendy would say, even just being acknowledged as a winner of top 35, under 35, gives you a credibility in whatever you're engaging in and saying, I'm not an amateur. I've already done so much. And this is my success story. And one of it is that the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth, with the Youth Agenda, recognized through a very rigorous competitive exercise, identified me as a champion and as a winner, and I was awarded. And that means that in the country, yes, I'm leader, and I have an avenue to compete even at the regional and global level. So we want to say we are, as National Youth Council, just want to thank the pioneers, Youth Agenda, for this innovative program. Yes, we may have wished to even be the ones who dreamed about the idea, but we want to applaud that Youth Agenda shaped the trend. And for us as National Youth Council, because we are a coordinating agency for youth serving organization, we want to say this is the way to go. This is the way to go, and we are 100% committed to this process. And we believe that this process goes further in terms of institutionalizing what youth work is all about, institutionalizing what volunteerism in the youth space, what it means. Also just putting at the benchmark, what is it that is happening across all spheres in terms of that surround youth work, and also goes further to even highlight what are some of the success stories being achieved, especially when you look at the Kenya Youth Development Policy and you look at the key priority areas. When you look at green economy, you can see what the young people will be doing during this vigorous exercise. And we are ready to see the kind of creativity that is going to be brought forth. And we're going to see how it is going to contribute to that pillar in the Kenya Youth Development Policy. Not alone to live about the issues of innovation, the issues of, and I see in the last meeting briefing session, and in this meeting, the CEO was saying about even not forgetting areas like refugee, that are also areas that are crucial for us to discuss. And for me as a youth of this country, I just say, this is the most noble, innovative idea ever in our country. Last year was a big success, culminating to the International Youth Week and Youth Day. And it was a big success in two folds. One is that there was one identifying what the young people are doing and awarding them. And then the one that actually made me so happy is also conducting a training and incubation session for those young people and linking them to mentors so that then they can be able to grow further in where they are. So that was a big success as for last year. And I was happy that we made a commitment last year that will not be the end. It will be the inaugural, but the first one. And we made a commitment and as stakeholders, as partners, that yes, this is the inaugural one. Next year, 2021, we are looking for the second one. And this is a legacy that should be enjoyed going forward. So CEO, if you feel like I'm exhausting my minutes, please feel free to let me know. But so as I say that, what about my experience as a judge? My experience as a judge was a very humbling experience where you realize that as you look around, there are young people doing amazing stuff. And as a judge, I felt challenged and I felt a lot of happiness to see that we had created a platform between government and civil society where young people can showcase, can come and say, this is what I've been doing. A case in point was a young person who was doing so much in Kilifi and from a remote area. And he even explained that they had challenges in terms of accessing internet. But that did not actually, was not a hindrance in terms of them achieving their advocacy agenda in their remote area. And they were saying that given this opportunity, this will actually be a platform where they will become national leaders and then advance further in the regional leaders. So my experience as a judge, Victor, I can tell you the team, it was humbling. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this year. I want to commit that I will dedicate all the time required to make sure that we give those young people who are coming on board enough time to assess their ideas, innovations, so that we can give them the right judgment and evaluation. Now, I think the most important for me as a National Youth Council is to say how committed we are in terms of this process. What is our commitment, and how passionate are we, and what kind of support are we going to offer in this process? For us as the official voice of the young people in the country, we want to say to my fellow panelists and also directly to the Youth Agenda CEO and your entire team, that we are 100% committed to this exercise. We will give our man-hour, we will give whatever it is that you require us to do, and you just want to endorse this program, that this is a very noble program. And I'm sure it is also shaping space in terms of Africa. I'm sure many organizations, I saw Ghana also trying to model such. I'm sure many of them will come and learn from them, because we also encourage peer-to-peer review mechanisms across Africa. And I believe this is a very noble program for our young people. And as National Youth Council, 100% you have our commitment therein from me as the CEO of the National Youth Council. And I think I cannot mention about giving this commitment without also calling upon all other partners, because you see, alone you cannot do so much. When we were taking up leadership from National Youth Council, we realized we had major challenges in terms of financial resources, in terms of manpower resources, and so many other. Even the issues of what we call, what kind of image do we have outside there as National Youth Council? So those are the challenges any institution faces, and majorly in terms of financial support. And we advanced a strategy in terms of looking around and seeing what kind of partners, strategic partners, can come in who have a like-minded approach to what we want to achieve in terms of the youth of this country, to support the agenda that we have. And sure, we went out to look for partners, and I can give an affirmation that we've only been able to do much because of the partners that have been able to stand with us. On the shoulders of those partners, National Youth Council has been able to undertake programs across the country. On the shoulders of the support of the State Department and on the support of the ministry, we've been able to do this much. So I want to, and in that spirit, I just want to call upon all the partners, starting with the partners that were with us with Youth Agenda in last year, top 35, under 35. I want to rally you that last year was better. This year, we want to make it bigger and better. Let's come together. Let's join Victor and Youth Agenda to make sure that this year becomes a bigger success. And the success will not only for us as Youth Agenda or for us as the Ministry of ICT, but it will be for us as the youth of this country in living the theme of our Kenya Youth Development Policy for developing, ensuring that we have a sustainably empowered youth who can participate constructively in the development agenda of our country. So yes, I've said much, but on a high level, I just want to say, let's do this and let's make it bigger, better. Let's make sure that we actually achieve our SDGs in this program. Let's make sure that we engage young people in this program. And so our partners join us in this course, because it's a very noble cause. So thank you so much, Victor, for giving me this audience to speak as we launch this top 35, under 35. I know the dynamic is different. We would have wished it to be physical, but because of COVID-19, we have to have gone virtual. But as we speak to the young people across the country, I want to just ask you to join in, subscribe, register, and don't be left out, because this year is going to be bigger and better. So allow me now, after having given those brief remarks, I believe they are brief remarks, introduce a gentleman who is going to speak, who is the Secretary Youth, State Department for Youth under the ministry. And this gentleman, actually, just a brief, is that he was the pioneer CEO of National Youth Council. And again, as we say, we leverage on the success stories this gentleman put in place for us also to shine out there and become the dynamite, as he calls it. So allow me, ladies and gentlemen, I know we would have been standing, would have been clapping, but because it's a virtual meeting, I don't know how we are going to do it, but allow me to welcome Bwana Raymond Ocheng to give us his key address. I can see Wendy clapping. I think the panelists, we can also join us. Victor, join me. Florence, join me in clapping. Josh, let's clap together as we welcome our key. I can't see Josh clapping in terms of, let's follow what Wendy has been doing. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Welcome, Bwana Raymond Ocheng. Karibu.
Thank you, CEO. You've just even made me feel as if we are in New York, UK, or in a big auditorium somewhere, launching this youth agenda. And thank you so much again, CEO Roy, for that spirit. And I would want to assure you, Victor, if NYC would have not been supportive in this process so far, then we would have also had a good initiative like top 35, under 35, either being cannibalized and not being given the leeway and the support. And you've also had from CEO's end, he was one of the judges. So I believe if you hear anybody complaining about awards, please ask him. And so far, we've not had any complaint, and it has been a tremendous success. And as also he has mentioned, that we look forward to making this 2021 bigger and better. I want to start by saying we have great news and big news of what we may term as the youth bulge, which is no longer a fancy word. It's in the mouth of every politician. It's in the mouth of every policymaker. It's in the mouth of every person who is well-meaning in the youth space to transform the lives of the young people. And as you're aware, in the just concluded census that we had for 2019, we did indicate 75.1% of the population are young people. And when you look at ages 18 to 35, we're talking about 13 million young people. So what am I saying? As a State Department for Youth, as a Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, we are not monopolizing transforming and reaching out to the youth of this country, because the numbers are big, the numbers are wide, and then it calls for all of us to pull our hands together. And that's why last year, when Youth Agenda came on board and said, we should walk this journey together, we as a ministry also had our program called Fursa versus Virus Challenge that was being powered by the National Youth Council, which I would say that Top 35 and 35 is a very complementary program to it. And we did not hesitate to not support Top 35 and 35. So ladies and gentlemen, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that we all have a hand to reach out to the majority of this country who are young people, and statistics do not lie. I just want to say from the Ministry of ICT, we comprise of 3 state departments. The first state department is State Department for ICT and Innovation, under which we are housing Ajira, a digital program. We have got Presidential Talent Internship program as well. We've also got Konza Technopolis under it, and through Konza, we are also running innovation challenges through. And also on that other side, we have a state department called Broadcasting and Telecommunication, which has got a communication aspect of what we are doing as a ministry. And this also has got Kenya Films Commission. We have got Kenya Films Classification Board. So I just want to indicate that even with those 2 state departments, Youth Agenda feel much assured that when we are going to be synergizing and showcasing the best of the best in these regions, then we are going to pull that together and have also those components that are speaking to the youth programs, then feed it to this bigger picture of what we are having. To funnel it down and to crystallize it now to the State Department for Youth Affairs, which is a matter of a facilitator and an enabler and creating that environment for youth interventions across government and the non-state actors. And this we have also done through mainstreaming programs. We've got 21 mainstreaming youth officers that are stationed in every state department that is youth-centric and that has got youth programs running around. We have also got as well 10 regional coordinators. We have also got 47 county directors. We have also got over 380 youth officers across this country. Ladies and gentlemen, that also tells you the immense support and infrastructure that we will also avail in every way so that we just showcase and make sure that the youth voice count. And I want to re-echo what UN has always told us, that leaving no one behind. And I believe one agenda that we have as a team, that we do not want to leave any youth behind. And that is a commitment that we have as a ministry. And I believe we are going to support like-minded youth-serving organizations, Youth Agenda, which has strongly and strategically and continually reaffirmed themselves impressionable in terms of transforming the youth of this country. And with that, we want to again say that with the lessons learned that we had last year, I believe I will be sharing with the CEO. There were a little bit of the gaps that we had last year, and I shared with a previous CEO, so we can just tie it up and make it better. And we believe that maybe the generations to come, when you talk about top 35 and the 35, we can indeed say we were the pioneers and we were the ones whose hands and whose boots were needed to move this huge Trojan horse into a venue that then leads to potentials being lifted and lives being changed and young people being transformed. I would want to say that my experience of top 35, under 35, is I've seen young people from corners of this country, from the lower rift, from the mountainside, from the lakeside, and from the coastal regions, who did not have a hope that in them government can put its logo on what they have done, however little, even without much money, but that name and appreciating the good work that they have done. I would say that anything that is giving hope and making the dream of young people alive is the reason why we are here as government. And what we know, this is complementary, and we also want to encourage all the like-minded youth-serving organizations. Let's do this together for the betterment of our country and for the betterment of our young country women and men who look up to us with expectations and hope that we will be the train that will be on the rails towards their destination. So I want to also call partners, like-minded partners who came on board for the previous, the inaugural top 35, under 35. Please, can we join hands? Join hands with the National Youth Council, join hands with the Youth Agenda, and let's see how we push this youth agenda forward. And I want to submit to you, colleagues, there is no county government youth, there is no Nairobi youth, there is no national government youth. The youth that we have in this country are those young people between the ages 18 and 35 who are just out there trying to make their life count, who are out there expecting us as institutions to hold their hand, expecting the government to do their part to create an enabling environment. We do not have a space to fight, but we have a space to converge. We have a space to do our part and lift the destiny of these great young people. So I want to call all the development partners. I want to call the UN institutions, the embassies. I think this is the time that you need to look at what these institutions are doing, and then we push it forward. So on behalf of the Ministry of ICT, Innovation and Youth Affairs, on behalf of the State Department for Youth, we want to congratulate and heartily thank Youth Agenda for making this to be put up together. And we want to look forward for a precious, great, noble, auspicious ballroom that is going to be lifting young men and young women high and making them to believe in a dream and to make them to be champions and to make them top 35, under 35. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to give our unwavering support and highest consideration to make sure that CEO Victor and the team here we make young people great again. Allow me to quote Donald Trump, who said, "Make America great again." We are not in America, but we can make young people great again. Thank you so much. God bless you and Godspeed as we roll this out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bwana Raymond, for those wonderful remarks. I also want to say thank you to Roy, also for the wonderful remarks. For us, we are open to work closely, and we really, really appreciate you guys for coming on board and for working with us last year, and also being part of this this year. So from your remarks, I think I'll also consider time is not on our end. We were to end at 3 o'clock, and it's already 11 minutes past 3. So at this point, I just want to tell my fellow young people out there that now the Top 35 Under 35 is on, and you can visit our social media platforms, at Youth Agenda 254. Submit your applications, look at the various categories, and ensure that whatever you're submitting meets the requirements. Like I said, we are keen on the initiatives that are innovative, that are creative, and that are addressing, that are championing for SDGs. At the same time, we are looking at the Big Four agenda, the Vision 2030, and other plans that the government has put in place to support young people. Very innovative ideas. Please feel free to nominate your friend, your brother, your sister, and even to submit your own application. Thank you so much. And at this time, I think I want to call off the meeting. I think we are done. And now I just want to encourage young people to visit our social media platforms to get more about to understand more about the program and submit the applications. Lastly, I want to say a special thank you to Florence, to Roy, and to Ray for joining us. Despite your busy schedule, you still managed to be part of this. Like I said, we encourage more partners, other civil society organizations, development partners, and other agencies that are within the country to come on board to work with us. Let's make this a success, and let's make the youth factor count. I want to wish you all a wonderful afternoon, and feel free to reach out to Youth Agenda through our info email. At the same time, we also have communications at youthagenda.org email in case of any query or any recommendation. Feel free to shoot your question again through our social media platform, our Facebook, our YouTube channel. And for those who have joined late, the stream of this session is available on our YouTube channel. So feel free again to follow and also see just the previous conversation we've had as an institution. Thank you so much, and I want to wish you a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Florence. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.